It is 6 o'clock, time for the meeting tonight of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, Tuesday, August 27th. If you would, stand with me, and Pastor Johnny Bird will pray for us, and then we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father, thank you. Thank you for the awesome opportunity to live in the city we live in. God, thank you for the amazing leaders, mayor, aldermen, and city officers you have given us. And Lord, I pray that you use this time for us together to make decisions that are going to benefit our city and make it look more like the kingdom. God, I pray your grace be on us. Lord, your mercies pursue us. God, may we have the wisdom of heaven. Lord, you said if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. And Lord, we know that there are times that we don't have all the answers. So God, we're asking you humbly tonight to give us wisdom to make the decisions that are going to affect our city. God, we move forward in your grace, believing you, trusting you, that we don't have to lean to our own understanding. God, thank you for all that you're doing in Bartlett. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
With liberty and justice for all.
As you may have noticed, Mayor Parsons is not here. He's off on a well-deserved vacation, and I promised him that I would make a mistake or two tonight, make him look that much better when he comes back next week. Madam Clerk, would you read into the record our future meetings?
Beer Board, September 3rd at 6 p.m. Planning Commission, September 3rd at 6:30 p.m. The Bartlett Station Commission, scheduled for September 4th at 7:30 a.m., has been canceled. City Beautiful Commission, September 5th at 6:30 p.m.
We normally would recognize any special guest at this time. Usually it's some scouts. I don't see any. Are there any scouts here tonight? Seeing none, we will go forward. The members of the board should have received a copy of the minutes from our previous meeting. Is there any? Have a motion?
Second.
And a second. All those in favor? Go to your device, please. Item passes 6-0. Next item on our agenda is the consent agenda.
Yeah. He moved. Kevin second. Just for the record. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next item on our agenda is consent agenda. Madam Clerk, would you read that into the record?
Item 1, special event permit for Stanky Creek Mountain Bike Race. Item 2, purchase of Freightline Day Cab Tractor. Item 3, proposal for ARPA grant administration funds.
Just for the record, I'd like to note that item 2 has been corrected. Originally, it stated that this was a sole source. It was not. It was bid through Sourcewell, and just wanted to make sure that was clear for the record. Any alderman can pull any item for separate discussion. Is there any item? Okay. We have a motion.
Second.
Alderman Reeves made the motion, and Alderman King second. Go to your device and vote, please. Item passes 6-0. Under new business, first item is Bartlett Library enhancements. Mr. Sones, if you would bring us up to speed on that.
Yes, sir. So this board is well aware the city entered into a contract with Avenue Insights to operate the Bartlett Public Library beginning July 1st of this year. As the transition from Memphis Public Library to Avenue was occurring, the city of Memphis contracted a firm to conduct an invoice review of books and materials spanning FY21 through FY23. They determined that the Memphis Public Library owed the city of Bartlett $97,584.09 from unspent proceeds related to the purchase of certain books and materials occurring over those fiscal years. That amount was subsequently reduced from our final invoice with the Memphis Public Library, and additionally, during previous work sessions leading up to that Avenue transition, the city agreed to reinvest a portion of those anticipated unspent proceeds back into the library to update that physical and digital collection, as well as to do some updating to make some minor interior improvements. So therefore, we have asked our library director, Felicia Knox, to come here this evening to discuss how the proposed $95,000 will be reinvested into the facility. Ms. Knox?
Thank you. Good evening to the Board of Aldermen, my city officials, and for our citizens of the city of Bartlett. We thank you for the appropriation of funds, and so we're going to lay out our plan for the usage of those funds this evening. We've decided to focus on 3 areas: to educate, grab our children while they're young so that they can get used to the library, see how fun the library can be, and that reading can be exciting and engaging. We want to inspire our community by doing a building refresh with some visuals to see in the library, a refresh of our lobby, and some updates to our collection. We also want to connect to the city to continue to partner with Parks and Recreation and the city of Bartlett to do more outreach into our businesses and our schools in the community, and partner with Parks and Recreations and go out with the rover to the different neighborhoods. So our children's spaces. This is the prior state of our children's spaces. That room was mostly locked and used for storage. There wasn't much activity going on. There wasn't any welcoming seating for our families in the children's area, or seating that encouraged interaction between children and families. To refresh that room, we are going to add to the underwater theme. We don't want to change that theme. The art and decorations that are currently there were done by a local Bartlett artist and have ties to the community, so we want to keep that artwork and build upon the theme. But we are going to add some manipulative stations that have an underwater theme. We're going to add a puppet station, some carpet. The carpet is a little worn and torn. Some tiles to the floor for better cushioning. The seating in our children's area will go from those separate tables to this new round station that encourages more interaction and involvement with our children. We're also going to add some AWE computers. AWE stands for Advanced Workstations in Education. These computers do not require an internet connection, and they're already preloaded with over 4,000 programs to stimulate learning, literacy, and activity. The next space that we're going to refresh is our lobby and entryway. This is what it looks like now. We have moved a few things around, but this is our friends station is there, some information about programs and things. We want to change that around. We are working with Mid-South Solutions to do the Bartlett Public Library logo on that left wall. On our doors, we'll also have some stenciling that will match what's in the mayor's office in City Hall and the Bartlett Hometown Proud logo that's in the annex. We're also adding our state flag, our U.S. flag, and our City of Bartlett flag to the lobby as well, and refreshing that Friends area. Part of our update will also be to, again, focus on outreach. We're working with Mid-South Solutions again for a pop-up tent that will be very similar to the pink tent on the left. It will have the Bartlett Public Library logo on it. They're also producing a tablecloth for us, an additional flag stand, and some seating and a table for us. Some of those monies are also going to refresh our digital collection. It was a big point to have the Libby app through Tennessee Reads. It was something that our patrons looked forward to. So we did spend $20,000 to buy into the consortium to get Tennessee Reads Libby. And that now has an additional 275,000 electronic copies for patrons to check out and audiobooks for them to listen to. The Memphis Digital Collection had a little over 67,000 items, so we're giving them more than what they had with the city of Memphis. Our library physical collection is being updated with some of those funds. We've decided to focus on adult materials. We do take patron suggestions. We're also updating our nonfiction sections of the collection, including our business, our testing, and our biographies. And we're doing gaps in popular titles or authors or completing series that we don't have all of the titles to. In our children's area, again, taking patron suggestions, updating our graphic novels and adding to them our children's biography, and then completing gaps in children's series or buying children's series that are popular we may not have. Our young adult section, again, patron suggestions, filling in missing titles to series, updating those graphic novels that are popular now, and then incorporating titles from the school reading list. And I have been in touch with our schools to receive their reading list. In essence, part of our $50,000 refresh budget, this is a general overview of what we'll be spending those funds on. Again, the furnishings and activities supplies for our children's area will roughly be around $24,000. Our technology upgrades, including those all computers, will be around $16,000. Our in-building graphics and enhancements will be around $5,000. And our outreach pricing from Mid-South Solutions will be roughly $5,000.
I move we approve.
Second it.
Thank you.
Item passes 6-0. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is, Madam Clerk, would you read that into the record, please? I'm sorry.
Resolution 31-24, resolution of the City of Bartlett, Tennessee, in support of public safety to advocate for a comprehensive juvenile rehabilitation and detention center to be located in West Tennessee.
Mr. Soames, if you would.
So this resolution comes to you with support from all suburban mayors in Shelby County as a collective effort to advocate for juvenile rehabilitation and detention center to be located in West Tennessee. So as you all are aware, public safety is a top priority in Bartlett, and the police department's continued efforts reduced crime last year. However, during that same time frame, there were over 500 serious cases occurring throughout Shelby County that juvenile court ultimately heard. Moreover, there's no place in West Tennessee that is capable of rehabilitating that volume of offenders. Consequently, the collective municipalities are submitting separate resolutions at their respective board meetings to formally request the state of Tennessee to perform a feasibility study of the shuttered West Tennessee Federal Detention Facility in Mason, Tennessee, to explore the prospect of repurposing that 600-bed facility and ultimately turning it into a comprehensive juvenile rehabilitation and detention center to serve this area of Tennessee.
Steve, do you know, I hear different numbers about how many places they have to put juveniles in Shelby County, and I hear that it's so low that they're out before the officers can do the paperwork.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to that specifically. What I could say is there is no place that can hold any significant number. That 500 serious crimes number is a pretty big number.
Yeah.
The largest place to here would be the Wilder Youth Development Center, and if it'll come up, I'll tell you, it's got about 70 beds approximately. So you don't have a place where we can ultimately rehabilitate these juveniles, which is what I think would need to happen to try to get them back on the right track.
Thank you.
You've heard.
I have a question.
On the floor,
Yeah, I'll motion it.
please.
Alderman
Second.
Reeves, motion, Alderman King, second.
Has, Mr. Soames, has Mr. Sugarman taken a position on this?
That I do not know. So at this point, this is step one. Step one was for all the mayors to try to pass similar resolutions. Ultimately, we would then pass write letters and accompanying these resolutions, send them to the governor's office, all of our state representatives, and hopefully start pushing this as we begin to kind of lay out that budget for next year, for the state's budget, as this could be something that could potentially fit in.
How about the Memphis mayor? Has he signed on?
He is not.
So this is just all suburban?
Mayors, just suburban mayors at this point, yes, sir.
Any other discussion? We have a motion and a second. Would you go to your device and vote, please? Item passes 6-0. Madam Clerk, would you read item 3 into the record?
Resolution 32-24, resolution to amend the fiscal year 2025 general fund budget to appropriate $98,400 for 2024 peace officer retention bonus and 2023 supplemental pay for police department certified personnel.
Mr. Dick Phoebus, Director of Finance.
This is a combination of two programs from the state of Tennessee. They've enacted what they're calling a retention bonus for 2024 that will affect 122 officers with Bartlett Police Department. And there was one officer that was left off the 2023 supplemental pay for in-training service, so a total of $98,400. The money has been received from the state of Tennessee and is ready to be dispersed.
Can we get a motion?
Move we approve.
Robert Griffin moves to approve.
Second.
And Alderman King, second. Any discussion? And please, if you would, go to your device and vote. Item passes 6-0. Madam Clerk, would you read item 4 into the record?
First reading of ordinance 24-09, an ordinance to amend Article 1, Section 2, definitions of the Bartlett zoning ordinance, and Article 4, Section 12A of the Bartlett subdivision ordinance, Title 14, Chapter 1, Appendix B of the codified ordinances of the City of Bartlett, Tennessee.
Ms. Taylor, Director of Planning and Economic Development.
Yes, ordinance amendment 24-09 is a city-initiated ordinance to, 1, amend the lot of record definition in the zoning ordinance, and to amend sections of the subdivision ordinance to change the threshold date for exempt parcels of land, and to add language which will allow staff to review and approve minor two-lot subdivisions on behalf of the Planning Commission, unless staff deems it necessary to forward those applications to the Planning Commission for approval. This ordinance amendment has been reviewed by the Planning Commission at its August 2024 meeting, and it comes to you with recommendation for approval.
Alderman Reeves made the motion,
Second.
and Alderman King second. Is there any discussion? No discussion. If you'd go to your device and vote, please. Oh, I'm sorry. You know the date of the public hearing, Ms. Taylor?
She's looking. Yeah.
So we have a
Second.
motion, a second, and public hearing set for September 24th. You would now go to the device and vote. Item passes 6-0. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Appoint Karen Cook Twilley as city prosecutor effective September 1st, 2024.
Would Ms. Twilley please come down forward and Judge Francavilla come to swear her in, please? I guess we need to get a motion and
move
a
we
second
approve.
on that before we,
We're trying to hurry. So just-
Alderman Reeves. My bad. Who's the second?
It was me and David. David and I.
So,
Yeah, second, sure, whatever. How we do it.
please, if you would, Judge.
Raise your right hand, put your hand on the Bible. Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
I state your name.
I, Karen Cook Twilley,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of city prosecutor
the duties of city prosecutor
for the city of Bartlett, Tennessee,
for the city of Bartlett, Tennessee,
and I will uphold
and I will uphold
the charter and ordinances
the charter and ordinances
of the city of Bartlett,
of the city of Bartlett,
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the state of Tennessee,
of the state of Tennessee,
and of the United States of America.
and of the United States of America.
I further swear
I further swear
that I shall perform my duties
that I shall perform my duties
as city prosecutor
as city prosecutor
without favor or partiality,
without favor or partiality,
and not affected by
and not affected by
personal consideration
personal consideration
of gain or conflict.
of gain or conflict.
This I do solemnly swear,
This I do solemnly swear.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Where are you going, son? At this time, is there anyone on this board that would like to discuss anything or make any statements?
Jack, let me say one thing, just to the library, the feedback that I've been getting from the community on the library has all been positive, and so we appreciate the job you're doing, and, thank you.
Anyone else? Ms. Williams?
Yeah, I'd just like to add to that as well. I was kind of on the fence with the vote, but I'm excited to see the improvements and what you're doing for the kids in the library and all of the hard work you've put in. I mean, it looks totally different, you know, just from the lighting, the air, all of it. So great job to you and your team.
Anyone else? Are there any directors? I know Todd Halpert would like to address the board.
Bartlett Live is still going on, thanks to our sponsors. Bank of Bartlett, Side Porch Steakhouse, Smith's Plumbing, and Chick-fil-A. This weekend, the 31st, starting at 6 p.m., we have probably our biggest show so far, Jay Jones Band. He's a Bartlett guy, and he currently holds the #1 song on the UK Hot Disc 40. So it's going to be a great show. Starts at 6 o'clock, W.J. Freeman Park. Come on out, guys. We're running out of shows. We're running out of summer. And I know all you guys have been there, and some of you guys enjoy them more than others. So we'll see you Saturday.
Any other directors have anything? As is our custom now, we'll go to the public. What we're going to try to do tonight, since I understand a lot of people want to speak, I'm going to ask the city clerk to call you up in the order in which you submitted your request. Again, you have up to 3 minutes to speak for a total of 20 minutes. And so, Madam Clerk, if you'd do that.
When you do come forward, please state your name and your address for the record, please. The first is Jesse Brereton.
Hey, I'm Jesse Brereton. I live on 3039 Catula Cove, Bartlett, Tennessee. So we just recently found out about some park upgrades that were going to happen right behind our house that we had before not heard about, and it was kind of an obscure way. I just found it. Somebody had sent it in a group text and was like, what's going on here, you know? And come to find out, there's going to be some massive upgrades to this park. There's going to be a big parking lot put in, 25-car parking lot with a bathroom. And I just wanted to give you my voice that we don't appreciate that's not what we want. It's been a very peaceful park. We love the park as it is. And this is going to completely change the dynamics of this park. We have 4 small children, and we're able to kind of make this an extension of our backyard, and we won't be able to do that any longer. But in the future, we would like a better, maybe, way of communication. Maybe some flyers could be sent
Lauren Brereton.
My name is Lauren Burton. I'm Jesse's wife, 3039 Petula Cove. Like Jesse said, I live with my husband and 4 kids right behind Bartlett Grove Park. I want to comment tonight on the serious lack of communication that the City of Bartlett and the Parks and Recreation Department has had in presenting the proposed project to the Bartlett Grove neighborhood specifically. It's our understanding now that you posted about this project on your Parks and Recreation Facebook page in addition to the City of Bartlett website, but I'm here to tell you that that really wasn't good enough. I can confidently speak for those attending tonight for this issue that had we known about y'all's meeting last week, we would have been there to voice our concerns. And when we requested that another meeting be scheduled, we were told that there wasn't enough time as the grant is due by the end of this week. So you can imagine how frustrated we are that those impacted the most didn't have a chance to express our feelings about this project. Even after reading the Facebook announcement, it's clear that y'all aren't looking for dissenting opinion, but we know that a key component to receiving this grant, this Blue Cross Healthy Places grant, is to, quote, demonstrate a community benefit and include community input. Not only have you failed to inform the community members who would be most impacted, but when I did try to post some flyers last night to let my neighbors know how they were going to be impacted throughout the park, your Parks and Recreation Department took those flyers down. So there was really no way that we could even communicate with the people in our neighborhood. Luckily, we've been able to gather a few people together tonight. We haven't even touched the rest of the neighborhood, but those that are here tonight are pretty upset about the decision that y'all have made to move forward without input. We are here on record tonight to give our community input, and we don't want the proposed project. It will change the entire landscape, literally and figuratively, of our neighborhood park. As those who will be impacted daily by this project, we're asking you to abandon the project this year and wait for a location or funding more suitable to y'all's desired project. If you don't, we're prepared to contact Ms. Chelsea Johnson, Director of the Blue Cross Healthy Places Grant, and appeal to her sense of justice and reason to deny your grant proposal. We hope that she'll understand that this project is not bringing the community together, but trampling the opinion of those most impacted. I was told that y'all would like to turn our neighborhood park into a city hub because it will benefit more people, but we won't stand for any moral superiority on any project that will benefit the greater good, while you and everyone else in the area can comfortably enjoy the benefits of the project without living with any of the consequences. Thank you.
Phil Caspier? Caspier. And Linda.
Phil Casebeer, 3100 Lisa Marie Cove, Bartlett, Tennessee. Now, I've been living across from the Bartlett Grove Park since it was put in. I moved in '95. I'm the guy that's been watching over the years, drug deals, drugs, sex, the whole nine, excuse me, the whole 9 yards in the park and the playhouse. And I'm usually the one that runs them off. If you call Bartlett, they ditch it, and if you find out you call the police, they come
Thank you, sir.
Mark Rutherford and April Richardson.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ryan Smith.
Hey guys, my name is Ryan Smith. Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to come speak a few minutes.
Could we get your address, please, for the,
224 Road.
thank you.
So I'm kind of across the street from where the park is going in, across Summer. I'm a local fireman. My wife is an elementary school teacher. I'm here to speak in favor of the new playground. As a father of 4 boys, we frequent local playgrounds probably more than the typical family. We have quickly learned that getting outside and allowing our boys to move their bodies freely is just as important as any other development. While we are grateful that Bartlett has several parks available, we are eager to see the updates to our playgrounds to provide more opportunities for kids of all ages and abilities to play together in a fully inclusive environment. As you know, many of our current playgrounds are extremely dated, restrictive, and in need of updating. This has many families, like ours, driving to other surrounding municipalities to visit playgrounds that are, quite frankly, more updated than ours. This all-inclusive playground would allow children of varying abilities the opportunity to play together in one shared space. The pieces of equipment on this playground offers will provide a variety of levels for all challenges for all kids to enjoy in a safe environment. I believe that bringing this will be the first ever all-inclusive playground that the city has, and will make our city stronger and our community stronger. Well, yes, I do agree that the traffic in this area will probably increase, as does with many new things, but hopefully over time, as more playgrounds in the area get upgraded, this will cease. But I firmly believe that the increase in traffic will be families such as my own who have to drive to other municipalities to go to parks, and not, other things that other people have expressed. Hopefully in the time, sorry, I lost my spot. Bartlett has always done an excellent job maintaining a clean and safe environment at all their parks and facilities for families to enjoy, and I have no doubt that it'll remain a top priority with this park. In addition, like I said, my wife has been an elementary school teacher for 10 years, and she's seen firsthand that public schools in general, especially in this area, don't have the capability and funding to be able to install a playground such as being proposed. This playground would not only be a major win for the entire Bartlett community, it would especially be a win for those families that do have kids that have lack of range abilities that can't enjoy the playgrounds we currently have to offer. Thank you so much for your dedication on this, and we hope you continue to do the work to get this project done.
Thank you.
Stephen Kerrigan.
My name is Stephen Kerrigan, 7008 8th Road. I'm here to voice my opinion that I would support this. I have 2 young daughters, and I'd love to see. I grew up in this neighborhood. I grew up on La Casa, and I've been in Bartlett for 30 years. We've since moved away. I moved away for work, and have moved back here with my wife, who also grew up in Bartlett, to raise my daughters here. And I totally understand the concerns with extra traffic and any crime and stuff like that. I've talked with a neighbor of mine who's a Bartlett police officer. I asked him today, just anecdotally, has there been any increases that he sees in some of these parks with crime or anything like that? Nothing significant that he knows of, but I understand the concerns of people that live directly across from this, next to it, adjacent, such as that. So obviously nobody wants to increase any kind of crime or anything like that, but I think probably maybe we can meet in the middle somewhere where we could get some updates. Currently there's 4 swings, there's 2 slides. I take my daughter out there. She's almost 7, my oldest one, and it's not long before they're looking for something else, right? I mean, it's somewhere around probably 5 acres. It looks like to me that we could really utilize. There's plenty of shade as far as trees go. I think maybe adding that little pavilion looked nice. I think all the upgrades to the playground equipment look nice. I understand the upset with the bathrooms and stuff. Maybe they could be relocated further back, perhaps, so there aren't the noises or smells or whatever people are concerned about. I don't know the operating time of the bathrooms. I know Ellendale Park has bathrooms, Shadowlawn has bathrooms, Freeman Park. All these parks have bathrooms, and it's a daily use thing for everybody in Bartlett, right? We go to these places expecting that, hey, if I travel, across Bartlett, I'd like to not have to go to a convenience store to use the bathroom that's nearby to rush my child over there or something like that. So I think that's a convenience that we would like to. As far as the parking goes, I understand that, I would imagine people would want them to park in a parking spot rather than lined across the street. And anything that's more attractive than what's there is going to obviously attract more people to it and bring people around. Currently, my wife and I and some of our friends, we take our kids, frankly, to Lakeland and Arlington for some of the updated parks there, right? Along with the Bartlett parks, of course, but they have some that are more aligned with the technology and the updated progressive look of this park. So I think if we could have something closer by, something I could actually walk to from my house and bring my kids there, it's something that I'm for and my family's for. But not to minimize anybody's concerns for this that do live right there in proximity to this. So, thank you.
Thank you.
This will be the last speaker of the 20 minutes. Carrie Smith.
Reeves, it's so good to see you up there, sir, and I think these people need to see you all sweaty like I see you. Yeah. That's right, that's right. Thank you for giving us the chance to speak about this park. I've got several thoughts that are running through my mind. We have lived there, by the way, I live at 3141 Lisa Marie Cove, Bartlett, Tennessee, 38133.
I need your name and name.
Reed Smith.
Okay, thank you.
Here are my questions. I'm going to do this pretty shortly. How were the plans developed for this this development that is proposed? Because we didn't hear about it, not once. We've lived there for 30 years, and that has been a neighborhood park for 30 years. For 30 years, we have called and asked for the park to be upgraded. We have called and we've asked for different things to happen. When the lights, there are lights, if you have not been to the park, there are lights that go all the way around the park. Many, many nights, most of the time, I think, the lights have been burned out. So we don't have the proper lighting that's there. Why were we as residents not asked to be included in the plans? Was a feasibility study committed to this? And where is the feasibility study? And I'm assuming with that would have been traffic and crime issues, because there has been an uptick of crime in there. My wife and I walked around the park one night and someone was doing a drug deal. We called the police, and the police came out, and then later many more police cars were there, and I'm not sure why they were there. Was the history of the park ever considered in making this plan? Threats to safety are a concern that I have as well. Our kids would get on the bus, so they would walk right there to the bus out on Santa Cruz that is right there. There will be an increase in traffic. I would like to see a pond in it. If you've ever been to this park, there is an ideal place to put a pond. An absolutely perfect place to put a pond where dads can take their kids and moms can go fishing there, sometimes needing food.
Sir, we thank you. That's your time is up. I'm sorry.
I ask that the plans be redrawn with our input.
Thank you very much. That ends the public hearing on that item. If anyone else would like to address this board on a separate item, you're welcome to do so at this time. Seeing no one coming forward, and this being the conclusion of our regular business, this meeting's adjourned.